Hello YouTube, my name is Nero and gaming is slowly killing me. So it is 5:12 in the PM right now, Eastern time for me, and I woke up probably 12 minutes ago. So I made a video a while back saying I was pretty excited about the Elder Scrolls Online. I thought it was going to be a pretty cool game. The thing about it is a lot of my friends, they don't have good gaming PCs, and so I didn't really think I'd end up buying it on the PC. I figured I'd just wait for it to come out on the console. Well, that game got delayed by 6 months, and it wasn't scheduled to come out until December now, so I'm like, screw it, and we bought it, and it's a lot of fun, and I ended up playing it until like 9 in the morning yesterday, and that's why Dear Nero is going up so late today, because that game is really fun. The gameplay we got for you guys today is Call of Duty 4. Now, I've been playing Elder Scrolls Online, obviously, for the past few days, and that's been a whole lot of fun, but prior to that, I've been playing a lot of Call of Duty 4, and I mean a lot of Call of Duty 4. If you follow me on Twitter, you know I've been doing open lobbies on this game, and I don't know, just having a lot of fun with it. I like going back to old games. I'm sure you guys feel the same. You know, whatever game like you guys kind of start out on, be it if you start out on Modern Warfare 3, or you start out on Black Ops 2, or Black Ops 1, or any of those games, I'm sure you have a lot of fun by going back to those games and just playing them, you know. And then the same thing happened for me in Call of Duty 4. I made a whole new account. Some of you guys were wondering about my NerosCinema gamer tag. I made a whole new account with the 7-day free Xbox Live thing that they gave you in like Call of Duty Ghosts thing, or they give you in like Titanfall's case. So I ended up making a whole new account and just running around and playing Call of Duty 4 and leveling up and stuff. It's a lot of fun, and so hopefully you guys will enjoy the Call of Duty 4 gameplay. But now that that 2-minute intro is out of the way, I would like to welcome you guys all to this week's episode of Dear Nero, which of course is the weekly series here on my channel where you guys send me in fan mail and or fan questions, and I do my best to go ahead and answer it. Given the late start that I've had this week's episode, I'm going to go ahead and try and shorten this one up a bit, because Dear Nero, while it's fun to do the long episodes, I really enjoy, I can get chatty, and I can just sit there and chat with you guys for like an hour straight. The thing about that is, with gameplay and the commentary and the fact that it's an hour long, it takes a long time to render, and then it's going to take an even longer time to upload, then it's going to take even longer than that to be able to process on YouTube's end after it's finished uploading. So if you guys would like to see Dear Nero actually on Wednesday and upload before midnight Eastern time, then you guys are going to have a little bit of a shorter episode this week, which is okay, I think. So we're topping this with the first question. He's going to write, Dear Nero, if you were a Cleveland Browns fan, what are your thoughts regarding the draft, Johnny Football, and the rest of the picks? Thank you so much for the amazing videos. Keep up the great work. Pablo from California. So, Pablo, if you follow me on Twitter, the Cleveland Browns NFL draft this year was kind of a roller coaster for me. So, originally, they had the 4th overall pick, and Blake Bortles was the first quarterback taken. I was all excited because Johnny Manziel wasn't taken yet. I'm like, oh, get Johnny Manziel, it's going to be so great. And then the 4th pick came. I'm like, all right, here's where Cleveland takes Johnny Manziel. It's going to be so cool. And then they traded the 4th pick to Buffalo for the 9th pick. I'm like, what? Why? No. Cleveland, why? Stop. We ended up getting a first-round pick next year, so it's okay, right? So we have another first-round pick, and we move back 5 spots. I'm like, okay, well, maybe we can still get Johnny. And then, you know, the next picks go by, and it comes up to the 9th pick. I'm like, okay, Johnny's still available. Come on, Cleveland. And they draft a corner that I've never heard of, which I didn't pay much attention to the draft this year, so I never heard of this corner, but apparently Justin Gilbert's pretty good. And I'm like, no, why, Cleveland, no, stop, what do you do this for? I hate you. I was just very upset that Cleveland drafted that, and then, you know, they end up, like, the first round just kept going, and Johnny Manziel did not end up getting taken. And then the Browns, like, end up moving up a couple picks, like towards the end of the draft, or end of the first round, and ended up getting Johnny Manziel. I'm like, yes, this is so cool. So I was excited about the draft. I'm happy they got Justin Gilbert now, because apparently he's a really good corner. It's going to help defense, and they still get Johnny Manziel. That's going to be pretty cool. If nothing else, the Browns will be fun to play with on Madden this year. And, you know, that's something that's never really happened for the Browns. Last time the Browns were, quote-unquote, fun to play with on Madden was when they had Derek Anderson when he was good for a year, and they had Jamal Lewis and Braylon Edwards before he had that horrible season and the Browns got rid of him, and Kellen Winslow Jr. Like, remember back then, football fans? You guys remember back then? That was the last time it was actually kind of fun to play with the Browns on Madden. So now we're going to have Ben Tate, Johnny Manziel, Josh Gordon, assuming he can stop getting high and doesn't get suspended. He could be facing a year-long suspension. I know not everyone's a football fan, so I'm going to move on to the next question. But yeah, I'm pretty stoked about the Cleveland Browns this season. Hopefully Josh Gordon doesn't get suspended. Next question, he writes, Dear Nero, do you have any sponsors? And if not, would you like a sponsor? Darian from Canada. So Darian, no, I actually don't have a sponsor. I was close with Gamma Labs Game Fuel. We just kind of stopped talking, me and the representative from Gamma. But, I would still like to be sponsored by Gamma. Gamma is something I use. I think it's a good substitute if you're not a big fan of coffee. But as of late, I'm just not really taking a whole lot of caffeine anyway. I'm not drinking a whole lot of pop. I'm not drinking a whole lot of soda. And by that proxy, I'm just not really using a whole lot of Game Fuel either. But yeah, I still like Game Fuel. I wouldn't mind being sponsored with them. Basically, I would be sponsored. I would work with anybody that I already like or products that I'm already a fan of. For example, I like Rode microphones. I'm using one. I like Razer, peripherals. I like to have a Razer keyboard and a Razer mouse. I like Triton headsets for the most part. They always end up kind of breaking on me, but I do like Triton headsets for the most part. Things like that. If those companies were to try and work with me, then I'd be okay with that because it's stuff I already like. But you'll never see something from something I don't like. For example, Scuff controllers. I've talked about many times. I hate Scuff controllers. I think they're a plague. I think people are trying to pay to win in the Call of Duty game series, and that's just pitiful. And so you'll never see a coupon code Nero for Scuff controllers. It won't happen because I don't like them, right? But stuff I do like, I'll try and get, maybe, as my channel grows, the opportunities for this kind of stuff ends up happening, and I've never really had a full-fledged sponsor before, but we'll see. Maybe in the future, we never know what will happen. Next question, he writes, Dear Nero, since Mother's Day was last weekend, I wanted to ask, what did Nero do for Mother's Day? Thanks for making great videos, and please keep up the good work. Your proudest subscriber from Modern Warfare 2, Double Nuke. Love that video. Michael from Oregon. So Michael subscribed when I posted the Double Nuke. That was a good gameplay, I think. Back in Modern Warfare 2, I got Double Nuke on Scrapyard. What did I do for Mother's Day? So I gave my mom some candles, because she likes candles. And I also gave her a book that she's been wanting and a card. And then we all went out and ate with her mother, my grandmother. And yeah, it wasn't really anything really big. In Mother's Day, Father's Day, things like that never really seemed to be too big in our family. Of course, we give them something. And of course, we probably go out to eat and stuff on those days. But it wasn't really anything big. But it was a nice day, though. We went out to a place called Woods Dog House, and they make really good hot dogs there. And other kinds of, barbecue, not barbecue, but, grilled food. And it's, out in the country and, in the woods. And it's really nice out there. And so we like going out there. It was good food. Good time. Next question, he writes, Dear Nero, I know you had a PlayStation 1 and a PlayStation 2, so I ask you, did you play Crash Bandicoot or Spyro the Dragon? James from Australia. Well, James, no. I think I might have had a demo for Spyro the Dragon somewhere on one of my games or so, but I never really played, even though I had a PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2, I never really played any of those games. The games I played on my PlayStations were the WWF SmackDown games, the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater games, Medal of Honor games, Nicktoons Racing, South Park and South Park Rally, games like that. I played the PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 a ton, never played Crash Bandicoot or Spyro the Dragon. Next question, he writes, Dear Nero, in Black Ops 2, out of all the SMGs, what was the hardest to get gold and why? Noah from Washington. So Noah, I got a lot of my SMGs done during Black Ops 2 on Nuketown, double XP weekends, where it's Nuketown 24/7. So that definitely helped out. And I would say the hardest one was probably the Chicom, right? The Chicom CQB, I think most people agree, was kind of the hardest one to get headshots with because it's just so weird that it's 3-round burst SMG. It's pretty unique. It's actually pretty good. But like I said, I was doing a lot of these challenges on Nuketown, and so using the Chicom on Nuketown, aiming for people's heads, where you can probably miss a lot because you're trying to aim for the head. They're aiming for your central mass, right in your chest, and you're using a Chicom. They're using God knows what. It was pretty difficult to get those, but I ended up getting diamond SMGs. That was pretty nice. Next question, he writes, Dear Nero, I remember in an old Dear Nero, someone asked you what you like better, Black Ops 2 or COD Ghost, and you said you couldn't answer because Ghost was so new and hadn't formed a proper opinion. Now it's been 6 months since release, and what do you think? Keep up the great work, Joe from New Zealand. So Joe, I would say if I had to pick between the two, I'd play Black Ops 2, but I think most people are actually in that ballpark. The biggest thing about Call of Duty Ghost for me is there's no UAV, there's no Blackbird, there's really no kind of radar at all, and they're two different games. If you like to kind of take it slow, pick people off as you go, then COD Ghost is your game. But if you like to run around a whole lot, and that's Black Ops 2. Basically, that's it. You want to run around a whole lot. That's probably Black Ops 2. And it's a bit more fast paced than Black Ops 2, and I prefer that over Call of Duty Ghost because I don't know. I'm just a big fan of that. I'm a big fan of Treyarch games. Think everyone kind of knows that by now. I like Treyarch games a whole lot. Next question, he writes, Dear Nero, I've just started playing my Pokemon Soul Silver game again, and I restarted it. I was wondering if you've ever played Soul Silver, and if you did, who'd you pick as your starter Pokemon? Keep up the great work, and have a wonderful day. Jamie from Ireland. So Jamie, I did play Soul Silver. Actually, I did a Let's Play of Pokemon Soul Silver, but as a lot of people have this issue, there was an issue with that particular ROM where it would kind of like freeze up on you. And I thought it was my computer at the time, so I ended up having to stop the Let's Play because the ROM itself I was trying to play through the game, it kept crashing. There was an issue. Apparently, there's a way to fix it, but I was unaware of how to do that. But there's probably 3/4 of a Let's Play of me playing Soul Silver on youtube.com/Nero's Let's Plays, which I still have that channel, but I just haven't posted to it a lot lately. Because like I said, gaming's ruining my life because I'm playing so much of like Elder Scrolls Online and COD 4. But yeah, I played through it, and my starter was Cyndaquil. I would say my favorite starter from Gen 2 will be Totodile, but I started with Cyndaquil in that Let's Play just because I think my previous Let's Play, I started with the water type. Because in my first Pokemon Let's Play, I started with Bulbasaur, which is a grass type. My second Pokemon Let's Play, which was Pokemon Ruby, I started with Mudkip, which is a water type. So in the third game, which I think was Pokemon Soul Silver I played, I'm like, alright, so I did the grass type and the water type already, so I'll start the fire type this time, and I took Cyndaquil. But my favorite's probably Totodile from Gen 2. He's pretty cool. Next question, he writes, Dear Nero, have you ever considered playing Terraria? I love playing Minecraft and a friend recommended it to me. It is similar but has different aspects. You can play online or single player, whichever you prefer. P.S. Love your content. Been subscribed for 2 years now. Noah from California. So Noah from California. We just had Noah from Washington not too many questions ago. So Terraria. I really don't know much about this game. I've seen some stuff and I know a little bit about it, but not a whole lot, and I don't really think I'm interested in playing it. Here's the thing, man. You say you like playing Minecraft, and that game's kind of similar to it, right? So I feel as though the Elder Scrolls Online is pretty similar to Minecraft. So what I liked most about Minecraft, I'm trying to make this Dear Nero kind of fast, but this particular question might take a little bit. One of the things I liked most about Minecraft was the survival and the kind of RPG element of Minecraft, as weird as that sounds, right? That you can continue to make your character a bit better. I played on Waves of Gamertag's Minecraft server. You guys are probably aware of that. And we played factions, is what we like to play. And I think it was called MMO. So they have like there's a built-in economy already in the game, and there's also like a ranking system, like a skill system in there. And the more you level up your stuff, the better your character becomes in Minecraft. I thought that was pretty awesome. Like I'm leveling up my digging, I'm leveling up my mining, and my swords fighting, and my bowing, and all these different things that you could level up. And I was having a whole lot of fun with that. And of course, gathering resources and trying to get money, trying to become like a powerful faction on his server. It was a whole lot of fun for me playing that. And then I found out how easy it was to mod Minecraft, and I'm like, okay, well now I don't want to do this. I want to system with people on the internet and so forth. And then I started playing the Elder Scrolls Online, which is my first real attempt at an MMO. And I'm like, holy crap, this is like everything I loved about Minecraft, but in like the world of the Elder Scrolls. Like it's so much fun for me. Right? So if you're a fan of Minecraft and you're a fan of factions, I think you would honestly like an MMO. Of course, I can't speak for everybody, but I really think that MMOs are something that not a lot of people have actually tried. And and it's bad too, because like the Elder Scrolls Online gets like such a rep. It gets such a bad rep. I mean, so many people are saying there's things wrong with it. And I do see some things wrong with it. I mean, occasionally there's bugs I see, but for the most part, all MMOs are pretty like rough when they first start. But I feel as though most of the people on YouTube that do reviews of MMOs are people that were playing World of Warcraft like however many 10 years ago. And if you'll notice, none of these people like any MMO ever except for World of Warcraft. Right? You watch any big YouTuber that does reviews, none of them ever like any MMO. Like, I watch a lot of people's reviews, I listen to podcasts and stuff. Nobody likes any MMO. Ever. They all just try and compare it to World of Warcraft, and they always like, nah, it's not that good. It's not as good as World of Warcraft. Nah, nah, nah. So, Elder Scrolls Online. You may hear a lot of bad things about it. I'll tell you, I've probably put 20 hours in the past 2 days into it. That's how bad my life's become. It's a whole lot of fun. And there's really... the only wrong thing I see is occasionally I'll see an NPC character that's like sitting, but there's no chair there. Or occasionally, like there was like a graphical glitch when I was like trying to run up a waterfall, because it's like, no, what are you doing? You can't do this. Like I haven't really had any issues with the game at all. It's just a lot of fun. So somehow I end up going on that entire thing. You just asked if I've ever played Terraria. I don't know. I haven't. I really don't have much interest in it, but I am having a whole lot of fun with the Elder Scrolls Online because, like how you like Terraria because you like Minecraft and they're kind of similar. I'm finding the same thing with the Elder Scrolls, and I'm liking that game a whole lot. Next question, he writes, Dear Nero, are you done with Battlefield 4? I remember you saying that you loved it, and I'm your friend on Xbox One, and you never played or post videos on it. And this person not leave his or her name. I think I've answered this before, but I do get this question a whole lot, almost as much as I get the question for whatever happened to your What If series, which I've answered that question a million times too. Battlefield 4, man, it just got old for me. Yeah, I'm kind of a phase gamer, and not phase as in like your sniper spinning around quick scopey guys, but I'm a phase gamer like in PHASE, phase gamer, where I kind of just go through phases with my games, and the Battlefield series itself was kind of like a little phase for me. I did make it up to like level 90 or so in Battlefield 4, and I was having a whole lot of fun with it, but then it's kind of like, I don't really feel like playing this game anymore. It just kind of lost its fun factor for me. Like, I just didn't want to play it. Simple as that. I just kind of got tired of the game. I was really enjoying it for a long time, and I made a bunch of videos on it, and I had a whole lot of fun with that. I think eventually I'll go back to it, because I'm kind of close. Like, I realize there's level cap increases, but screw the level cap increases, right? I want to get to level 100 in Battlefield 4. I'll probably do that eventually. I'll probably go back. I think I'm level 92 or 93 right now. And I think I'm going to go back eventually and try to achieve that, because I've never actually gotten max rank in a multiplayer game outside of Call of Duty, actually. I think I've gotten max rank in every Call of Duty. Call of Duty Ghost, I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it this time, because we're like 8 months into Call of Duty Ghost. I'm only 3rd prestige because I stopped prestiging for a long time. So I don't know. I think this might be the first time I don't make it to max rank, unless you don't count Modern Warfare 3. I got 10th prestige in Modern Warfare 3, and then they added 15th prestige. Then 20th prestige. I was like, I'm not doing that. No, I got the max rank. I'm not. Stop it. Stop with your level cap increases. But yeah, I don't know. Battlefield 4 for me, man, just kind of got old. Not that it's a bad game. It's just about something I'm really interested in playing as of now. Next question, he writes, Dear Nero, I've been subscribed to your channel for quite a while now. My question is, how come you just don't do live commentaries? Oh Lord, Shariar from Pakistan? I hope I pronounced that right. I highly doubt I did. But so how come I don't do live commentaries? I've always kind of viewed live commentaries, and this isn't a dig at people, but I've always viewed them as kind of lazy. You know, the thing about live commentaries is, what's the point of a live commentary if you do bad that game? Like, for my channel, for my perspective, like the way I make my videos and stuff, what would the point be of me doing a live commentary and posting it up and like, oh boy, check this out, I just went 20-10 in a team deathmatch, or, you know, I just went 24-14 in a team deathmatch. You know, not every game I play is super amazing. I think you'll learn that about a lot of your YouTubers is, you know, we're good players, of course we're above average, of course we usually do pretty well, but not every game is, you know, a 50-3. You know, not every game is a 40 and whatever. You know, I just always thought live commentary is kind of lazy. You'll notice a lot of the people, and once again, I'm not trying to dig at anyone specific here, but you'll notice a lot of people that were the big shots during Modern Warfare 2. Like when the Call of Duty community like really kind of first started growing. There's a lot of them that were like really big at that time. They've all kind of since slowly died off. And that's because a lot of them, I mean a lot of like old school YouTubers, have simply resorted to every video that they do as a live commentary, whether it's a good game or not. It's just a live commentary. It's very subpar live commentary at that. And other than that, they maybe just like they live stream a lot and they just crop up bits of their live stream and use them as if they were full videos, which is basically just recycling content. I never want to do that kind of stuff. Every video I make is fresh. Every video I make is something I've never done before, or it's a continuation of a series where I sit down, I edit, I put stuff together, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. And live commentary stuff is lazy. It really is. And no one really grows that well off of live commentaries outside of Let's Plays. You know, you don't see anyone killing it doing live commentaries on Call of Duty, except for a few. I can think of one in particular, but not too many people do that. So I don't know. I just don't really like the idea of live commentaries. Next question, he writes, Dear Nero, do you think that your new random weather generator idea will be in Advanced Warfare? This person did not leave his or her name. I hope it will be, man. I hope it will be. We haven't seen anything so far, but then again, always seen single player stuff. So hopefully it will be some hint towards it when we see the multiplayer reveal. Next question, he writes, Dear Nero, I'd like to know how you record PC gameplay and voice audio. Alright, and his name's David from North Carolina. He went on a whole thing about how he wants to start a channel, but we're trying to keep his episode short. David from North Carolina wants to know how I record PC gameplay and voice audio. So I record my voice with Audacity, and Audacity is just a free program. It's an audio editor that you can download for free, so go ahead and do that. And I record PC footage with XSplit. A lot of people like OBS, a lot of people like Fraps still. And for me personally, I bought a subscription to XSplit. I like XSplit, and I record with that. So that's how that went down. Next question, he writes, Dear Nero, what's the worst attachment of all time in Call of Duty history? Keep up the great work. Tristan from Iowa. So Tristan, the worst attachment in Call of Duty history would have to be the ACOG site outside of Call of Duty 4. I haven't given this a whole lot of thought, but yeah, I'm pretty positive the ACOG. Outside of the COD 4 ACOG, because COD 4 ACOG on a sniper is ridiculously good. But outside of that, I think it's, yeah, ACOG's probably the worst attachment, right? Does anyone prefer an ACOG on their assault rifle? On their SMG? I don't think too many people. Maybe probably some people. Probably not a whole lot, though. Next question, he writes, Dear Nero, Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire recently announced. Are you excited for them, and what do you want to see in the new games? Trevor from Florida. So yeah, so the new Pokemon games are coming out, the remaking of Generation 3. I'm not too particularly excited for them. I don't know. I was never really into Generation 3. I was always into Generation 1. I mean, I'll probably pick up them. I don't know. I'll probably pick them up because they'll be in 3D. I'm definitely looking forward to be able to go into the hot spring sauna with the two old ladies finally in 3D. That's going to be pretty nice. But, yeah, I don't know. Well, I like to see the new games. Actually, I know what I would want. I would want a Generation 1 remake in 3D. Like, basically Pokemon X and Y graphics, but in Generation 1. I'm a big fan of Generation 1 because that's where I started. Next question, he writes, Dear Nero, what was your least favorite subject in school and why? Well, my least favorite subjects were algebra and science. And that's because I was not naturally good at either one of them. You know, things like history, I'm really good at remembering. Things like English, I'm really good at writing for whatever reason. Things like gym class, I was naturally gifted in athletics. Math and science, I had a bit more difficulty doing math and science. It did not come naturally to me, so I had a lot more difficulty trying to do well in those classes and those subjects. And that's why algebra and science were definitely my least favorite. Next and final question. This is pretty interesting. So it's basically rapid fire questions like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I think 9 or 10 questions all in one question. I'm just going to answer them as I get them, and then we're going to end off this week's episode of Dear Nero. So first question, he writes, what is your favorite color? My favorite color is kind of red, blue, or green, depending on what I'm feeling that day. What is your favorite Call of Duty? I would say probably Call of Duty 4 World at War. What is your favorite kind of food? Shepherd's pie, which is just fantastic. Everyone should eat that. How's the weather today? I don't know. I woke up at 5 o'clock in the afternoon and I came downstairs to start recording Dear Nero. I haven't even looked outside yet. What is the most underrated gun in Call of Duty history? I'm not going to answer that because that might be in a top 10 video someday. Why do you like the M16 so much? Because it was one of the first rifles I used back in Call of Duty 4. It's so old school. It laid the groundwork for a lot of the guns you see in real life today. And it's ridiculously good in every single game that's in except for Modern Warfare 3. To you, why did Modern Warfare 3 suck? Modern Warfare 3 sucked because the spawns were ass and every map was like green and hazy and gross. I think it was probably the reason I really didn't like Modern Warfare 3 that much. Are you colorblind? No. No, I'm not colorblind. What kind of shoes do you wear? I actually wear DVS's. I like skateboard shoes. I used to skateboard a whole lot, and I just kind of fell in love with the idea of skateboard shoes. They're really comfortable, and I think they look good, so I like them, and I wear DVS because I think they look very cool. So, yeah. What is your favorite Pokemon of all time, and why? Bulbasaur. It's my first starter ever. I think he's the most underrated starter ever because everyone kind of went for Squirtle, everyone kind of went for Charmander in Generation 1. No one really chose Bulbasaur. I like Bulbasaur. He's pretty cool. I don't know. I think he's my first Pokemon. That's probably why he's my favorite. And he's actually pretty good. I like Venusaur a lot. He's in every single team I make on like Pokemon Showdown. He's always with me when I play on Pokemon X and Y. Whenever there's a possibility to have a Bulbasaur, I always end up getting one. So, and all those questions were sent in by Viper from Pennsylvania. All in one little question. That was pretty nice. So I hope you guys all enjoyed this week's episode of Dear Nero. And if you did, please be sure to leave a rating where you guys feel the video deserves. And if you guys like to send in your guys' questions for next week's episode of Dear Nero, simply send me a personal message here on YouTube. Make the title of the message Dear Nero. It's a good question, an entertaining question, and above all, a question I've not yet answered before. I will do my best to go ahead and answer it next week, and hopefully I don't wake up at 5 o'clock in the afternoon next week, and we can get this to be a bit longer of an episode. So either way, I hope you guys all enjoyed this week's episode, and if you did, please sure to leave a rating. Hope you guys all have a wonderful day.